Yeah, I keep starting new series because I just kind of want to use the same title a lot on different things that relate to, just generalized themes. This one will be about parenting tips or how to assess yourself as a parent. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, so there was a person that put like at one point on a program that I wish to give, and I don't know if she saw the ad where I'm looking for a partner for my not-for-profit. But anyways, after I see her like, I kind of go on her profile, which has very little on it. 3 pictures, and it says she's in in a different country. But I acknowledge somebody acknowledging me about something that's important to me and really important to you. And by the way, this will finish with me saying that I always want to prove who I am. That means I've decided that I'm going to have a new Facebook that's specifically related to tutoring, as I define it, and also that if anybody wants to get services either for free or really discounted, they have to agree to be featured in videos where I explain the strategy and the definitions and how I'm helping them. Now, if they don't agree to that, then they have to pay the big bucks for somebody not as good as me, which is a little bit what happened with this lady. So, hi, thank you for liking my post. That's me. I assume that you do not live on Vancouver Island. Do you have plans to come here? Okay, so I say I assume, right? Because, I mean, if she saw it and she's in this other country, then, it's worth kind of stating this question. Thanks, Martin. Hello, you're very welcome. I really like your program. Now, of course, the program is not defined enough, anyways, to say the word program, or your intended outline, let's say, is better, because same thing with my Humanics Global Responsible Citizen program that people have plagiarized me on, including in the last country I was in Africa, and how I see like newsletters where they graduated from this program. They've plagiarized just the course outline. It's like, I should do that. Okay, I'll go to university. I'll sign up in a program to have a bachelor of psychological development or master's degree, and childhood development, and then I'll show up every class. This is you, really. You think I'm nuts. I think you're nuts. I'll show up every class, and I will, get a copy of the curriculum, the course outline from the teacher, and then I'll put an ad somewhere that I graduated from all these courses and I got the diploma. Well, that's pretty much what you're doing as a species when I'm delivering things to you, which is so, just the beginning of a discussion about something. Anyways, she writes pretty well. There's a space between that, so I'll repeat again. Hello, you're very welcome. I really like your program, with a smiley face. I do. I currently live in Courtenay. I work here as an au pair, but I'm looking for something more permanent. I'd like to find a job in childcare because I already have many years of experience in that field, and I really enjoy working with the little ones. Now, it's possible she's got a visa, right, and something more permanent. Well, a visa has to have permanence to it, so she's probably unhappy if she's not saying why. And, for parents or people to get a visa to somewhere else to get this is, you can tell that there's a little bit of human trafficking going on. So it's possible she's unhappy in this way. Somebody that's got a lot of money, because, you'll see later for the rest of the message. And, somebody that doesn't want to bother, let's say, looking for somebody here, but getting somebody that's desperate because now they're far from home. They need this plan to succeed. And Canada's taken advantage of this with Filipinos for decades. This concept of getting somebody desperate, including to send money to their family that are counting on them with promises they made to be that far away from their kids till the entire period their kids grow up. And then when they bring them here, they are totally unqualified to connect with their own kids. But anyways, supposedly everybody's a good parent. So, and already have many years of experience in that field, and I really enjoy working with the little ones. And then I say, I live in Comox. We could meet outside and discuss some ideas if you want. And then I don't hear from her for a bit. So I usually send a message with question marks. And that's me being polite, because, if somebody's in a conversation that matters. You got to do a follow-up when you see the person being online a few times on Facebook and they don't. Then you wonder, did something happen? Did your brain explode, or were you just playing games with me, kind of thing? Is this just for laugh gags? Hey, sure. Let me know when you're free. So I said tomorrow, 1 p.m. Are you able to come to Comox? How about the quality foods upstairs? And then I put a link to the address. This is the address. And then again, don't hear for a bit when she's online. So again, question mark, question mark. I am out until Thursday afternoon, and I don't have a car yet, so I'd rather meet up in Courtney if that's possible. Okay, it's costing me more to go there, but okay, what time and where in Courtney for Thursday, please? If you have a resume, then please send it to me in the meantime. I send her my resume, okay, and cover letter, so she knows about me. Double standard of respect, right? So she says around 4 to 5 p.m. I do, but I'm on a camping trip in Tofino with my host family, and I don't have my laptop with me. Okay, a little bit of a red flag, if she's using Facebook. Let's say I don't have my laptop with me. I have the human thinking tools to know that I've already sent my resume on Facebook, and I can retrieve it like that. But you need to be motivated to be able to actually problem solve it. I said, okay, from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. in Courtney on Thursday. Where, please? Sure. Again, a lot of smiley faces. Either Mud Sharks or by the river in Puntledge Park. I say, hi, what name do I use to address you? Okay, I will meet you at Mud Sharks this coming Thursday at 1 p.m. We can also walk to the park after if you want. Will you be on foot or riding a bicycle? Because then I could meet her with a bicycle by parking somewhere else if it's a really nasty day to go all the way there on the bicycle. She says her name. Great. But I can't meet you there at 1 p.m. The earliest time is 4 p.m. for me, depending on the time we return from Tofino on foot, she says. Okay. I like that she pretty much answers all the questions, although she does at her own pace, right, in a disrespectful way when she knows you're kind of online. Because I don't block for people to know when I'm online anywhere. It's called transparency. It's linked to accountability. Okay, and if I make a decision to not have time when somebody saw, it's up to them to ask, hey, how come you were there? And then I'll say the truth, that other priorities came up. It wasn't that I didn't have the people skills to not answer a question. Even if I could even say, hey, can you give me a day to think about it? I'm capable of using English in this way, right? Even though it's not my first language. Okay, I'll be there. They close at 6, and as you may have already noticed, I kind of didn't realize that was the day that it had to be later, not 1 p.m. So it was my error, but I didn't acknowledge it yet. But I did sort that out. I look forward to meeting you. And then I say her name. I was hoping that you would accept my Facebook friend request before tomorrow, as it would be helpful if I could find out more about you beforehand. So again, maybe no resume, but there might not even be any other information other than where she is studying presently, supposedly, although she's here in that country, which is related to childcare. And I believe this person exists, but I believe that person is in survival mode, hyper defensiveness, but it's still kind of probably above average intelligence in some ways. But again, she's in Canada, probably with an employer that might believe they have their best interest at heart. But again, when people think you're way down there, that somehow you have less value as a human than you, and they're helping you, they actually think they're doing you a favor. But the fact that they're helping you by not acknowledging who you really are and what you really need, even though you have the skills to define what those things are, well, these people are flawed, thinking, let's say they're helping her, because they see her as having less value, or being flawed, or needing repair, or being subhuman, when they sponsor her visa. And again, even if her English is great, how do you have that conversation with a person when you pick up these flags? That's an interesting conversation to have. I'm not saying for sure this is what's happening here, but I'm telling you, it's a common phenomenon with visas, right? And Canada knows this. Okay, so did I read? Yeah, so find out more about you beforehand. And then she says, hey, I'm so sorry for late answers and everything. There wasn't much of a phone service in the camp, but I don't, the camp, I'm not sure, I guess it's just the word she uses. But I don't really feel comfortable about your messages. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. And of course, I always expect something in the last 24 hours, right, with the people primates. So, it's not like I'm not shocked, right? And I dressed nice in part for the possibility of meeting her, but also to go out and do some errands where I wanted to make a good first impression, and also shaving for a job interview tomorrow. Okay, so I'm sorry, I just wanted to find out more about what your program is going to be about, and then think about me being a part of it, but it seems like you're already counting on that. Okay, so her English wasn't as good there. Maybe she was doing quicker than usual, and maybe not as much by herself in trying to respect me, and my time for showing up or something when she didn't really want to show up. Now, of course, you may notice that today is May 27th, by the way, and I'll post this much later to help protect her anonymity. But also, it is that I've been posting a lot of things that if she used the concept of transparency, which is, it's honesty, and looked at my profile, recently I've posted some pretty candid self-disclosure about who I am and what I care about, which is not negative, it's just outside the norm. So again, it's not just that I can't get work, but I can't get opportunities as my own employer, whether it's for-profit or not-for-profit. And again, this lady, one of the first conversations I would have with her, other than for us to get to know each other's priorities in working with kids, is how important is income to her, or is vocation and having a purpose and giving value to your life in the career you choose, which is totally independent than money, totally. It's not something that is measured magical money-wise, what I just talked about. It's not. So that would be one of the conversations I would have with her. And of course, these things, these kind of contradictions, let's say somebody says this because they really want to get out of a visa thing, and they say, well, he would sponsor my visa, and then I see it's not a good fit, or really that, money is a higher priority for her than she is letting on, but she's in survival mode because of the abuse of other Canadians, when I would take better care of her if we're a good match. Then, it's a society that is discouraging to self-actualize or develop human thinking tools in Canada. So then I write this time after she said that, she said, already counting on me being, no, not at all. I just trying to find out more about you. And she made an assumption there. So question mark, because this not-for-profit, by the way, it's any red flag, somebody is eliminated right away. This is so important to me, helping your kids properly and documenting it. Question mark, exclamation, and question mark, and then I'm writing, and I know she's still online, and Facebook is not perfect, but also people sometimes go on and off with the online, or their internet goes on and off, so you see them there, not there, there, not there. Partly it's a flaw, partly it's just technical difficulties. Are you looking to cancel or reschedule our appointment? I am not counting on you being part of the program if you are not a good fit for it. And I do not have enough information about you to know that yet, except that you can write in English better than most people, a good thing, and that you may find assertiveness threatening, which is a bad thing, as we need to be able to role model assertiveness to the children. You must be tired on your return today. I understand if you seek time to yourself. Please advise further. Thank you, Martin. And then these are all written pretty much one after the other now, as I'm online and I have to decide if I'm going to go out or not. If I leave to do the errands that I wish to do in Cumberland before I meet you, then I need to leave very soon. I know this is more justified assertiveness right there, I know. I think that we can both see a potential visit for today as being relaxing for both of us by just sharing our stories together as a way to assess if we are a good fit. Also, my program is not started, and it may not start until September. When I leave, I am not certain where I would stop to check for messages on my laptop. Do you need me to check in with you at a certain time today if I leave now? thanks for understanding my situation, Martin. And then she said finally, cancel, please. So I gave her the out, and then she gives me this very, very short message. Cancel, please, but thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. And of course, that's just politeness. It's not accurate. Wish you the best with your program, which for me is always, insulting because it suggests a negative judgment. And this, I didn't delete anything. This is actually the entire conversation. So, I'm not sure that the negative judgments don't come on my part. But I know most people would identify with her because most people think assertive people are bad, or people that expect, adult behaviors from humans that are, of adult age. They're the enemy. They're somehow bullies without being bullies by the norm, as interpreted by the norm. And then I just put this, and that's it. And I won't communicate with her again, and that's sad. It's sad. It's sad not just to have invested that time, but to have to give up on people earlier and earlier. There is possibilities that this person has misinterpreted who I am, and that the old me used to think, no, put a little bit more assertiveness. And see if maybe she'll book an appointment for in 3 days, and then she could see, how compassionate I am towards whatever her situation is. And of course, people divulge their situations fairly quickly to me in person, because we are social creatures who do better in person, although most people like to limit it to the internet as if they believe they've become human, right? So anyways, I like 17. It's a great number. So I'm going to end this at exactly 17 minutes. Bye-bye.